Why is milk white? Why not clear? Or green? Or, as we saw in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, why not blue? You may have taken this question for granted your whole life, Brainiacs, and never questioned why milk has the color that it does. But we've got science on our side. We're taking a look at what makes milk its signature color. There's lots to cover today as we give you a lesson on that delicious drink that also doubles as a best friend to your morning bowl of cereal, known as milk. Milk is quite the popular beverage. According to a study by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the average person ingests about 18 gallons of milk per year. Now that may seem like a lot, but this number is actually down from years past. The same study compared this to the amount of milk people consumed in the 1970s, which was around 30 gallons per year on average. That's a lot of milk. So why the decline? And was all this milk drunk out of a glass? Well, firstly, no. Milk comes in many forms, and everyday food items like cheese, pudding, sour cream, yogurt, butter, cottage cheese, non-dairy creamers, and more all contain milk. As for the decline, this most likely comes from the increased options for beverages with calcium. Add to that the fact that more and more people are now conscious of how milk can make their tummies feel, well, not so good. And there's a scientific reason why. As infants, we drink a lot of milk. Milk gives us all the calcium, protein, potassium, vitamin D, and many other essential vitamins and minerals that we need to grow. It's not just humans either. All mammals drink milk produced by their moms. It's incredibly healthy too. Research shows that when it comes to drinking formula milk, or going the all-natural route, it's much better to go with Mother Nature on this one. Some studies show that babies who forego the formula will be better educated and make more money when they grow up. Hey, sometimes nature knows best. But here's the thing. To be able to properly digest the sugar lactose, which is found in milk, you have to have a special enzyme called lactase. As you age, specifically around age 5, humans lose this enzyme. This is likely nature's way of naturally weaning babies off of drinking their mother's milk and moving on to eating other foods. If you're lactose intolerant, you are actually more in line with what nature intended. It may be a pain to deal with the side effects, which can include gas and diarrhea. But the truth is, nature never intended us to drink milk as adults. So why do we drink milk and eat so much dairy if nature says it's a no-no? The leading theory says that about 7,500 years ago, humans developed a genetic mutation that allowed them to process lactose well into adulthood. And since milk is a great healthy source of protein and vitamins, a lot of these now lactose-tolerant people were able to live longer, healthier lives, while others who retained the intolerance would succumb to starvation due to lack of healthy food options. So, those who were able to pass on their genes to their offspring kept passing on this mutated gene that said we can drink milk to the next generation and the next generation. And before long, now large groups of the population today can drink milk. It's still a small percentage of the world's entire population, but hey, that's how we got where we are today. But what about the color of milk? It's rather unique. I mean, why is it the color white anyways? Well, to answer that one, we must first understand the physics of why things have color at all. Color occurs when light is absorbed by an object or substance. If something is red, that's because the specific wave of light being absorbed is in the red area of the light spectrum. In fact, something that is black is actually absorbing all the light that is hitting it, which brings us to why something is white. This happens because none of the light is being absorbed. It is all reflected back to our eyes, and then we see the color white. So what about milk? Well, when you break down the components of that delicious ice-cold glass of refreshing yumminess, you'll find that it consists of about 87% water, about 5% lactose, and about 8% vitamins, minerals, fats, and proteins. One protein in particular, called casein, is rather abundant in our favorite bovine beverage. This protein reflects the light that it comes in contact with. Add that to the fact that there are a few other fats in milk that also reflect light, and there you go. That's what gives milk its white color. This fact is even more apparent if you remove the fats from milk. Skim milk, which is the fat-free choice you can buy from the store, has an ever so slightly bluish tint to it, and that's because of the lack of light-reflecting fats. I guess it's safe to say that Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru were drinking skim milk on Tatooine. And that's the truth about milk's white color. We say, it's kind of a refreshing look, don't you think? But if you can't digest milk, or are just trying to live a dairy-free life, don't fret. More options are becoming available, and it's easier and tastier than ever to enjoy the foods you love without dairy. Try almond milk, or soy, or the newest rage, oat milk. It's all delicious and nutritious, and will give you the protein you need to get big and strong. We'll see you next time.